we can look and see that this is certainly lighter than here. I won't exactly can do all that, but I can make this lighter, and I'll start to put these lines in here, which is very small waves coming up onto the shore. And I'm going to make a little more beach here, and I'll make those lines also today after I lighten this up. The first thing is I want to make it lighter. I just put some wet water here. Let me just dry it here. And I'm going to use this brush to dip it into the pinkish orange color right here, and just dab around and make it lighter. And then I'll let this dry while I work around here on these rocks, and I'll make a little, this bush is going to be definitely drawn in, and this rock is not even there yet. I'll put that one in also. So we have, we'll see, maybe magically we'll get done this whole session, maybe not. I'm not putting pressure on, nor do you want to put pressure on yourself. You enjoy it, relax. There's no time schedule here. In whatever room you're in your, if you have a little art studio or just a little area, this is your time to enjoy, not to put pressure on you, just to let the creative juices flow, and that's all. So I'm going to trust in my own self and do the best I can. Let me give a little bit of a spray for these. Okay, and I'm gonna just take from this area here, and I'm gonna rest one arm on the other and just lightly touch. I'm gonna do pinkish color, and I'll do some blue also. Yeah, see, I'm just adding a brighter, can't even speak here, a brighter look to it. Already this area's got a little more of a concentration, but I still can have, I can still see dark coming through. I always want to have some dark coming through. That's why I'm using just the tiny little tip here and wanting this water to be just brighter. Okay, let me go back and get some more just on the tip. Here we go. Let's work over here a little bit. Yeah. Yep, I am putting more paint down. This will be, well, we started with a sponge, and we started with a very dark green and black surface here, something like that surface. And now we have this surface after a couple layers of applications, and this basically is the third layer of, so you can see I'm going pretty cautiously building it up because I want to have some of the dark. I don't want to just make it a flat light color. I want to have that pulsating bit of water movement that I can see, and we can also see the deep blue sea also, which is good. So let's give the beach here I think I'm not poking, I'm brushing here because I want to give some beach, right, Natalie?
Yes.
We need to have a little bit of a beach area.
Completely agree.
Yeah. All right. That's just a marker to tell me make some beach here. And let's go a little further, because the water splashes up on the beach in an irregular way. It doesn't come in a straight line. All right, that's a little bit of a beach area. Yep. And we'll just keep, I'm going to turn the brush around. Let's see if I can produce any more color. Yeah, I'm still putting color down. All right, let me dip again. And then I'm going to go to the blues also. So I'm leaning back, and yes, it is a little bit brighter, lighter, but I still see dark. Good. Mission accomplished, because I still want to see the dark lower part of the ocean here, or bay. Down below. Okay. So you can see this is not actually difficult because I'm just touching so lightly, but it has an effect. I'm not rushing, I'm not being impatient. I just have to do this. And if I overdo it, I can always use my finger. Yeah, now I'm seeing definitely more pink. How about some blue now? Okay. I'm gonna just leave that pink on there, but I'll put some white here, and I'll draw some blue. I think I'll take a little bit of clear and put it into this little pile of very, very light blue. Make sure I get some more. Light blue. So each time I mix it, it may become a little bit different color. And I'm okay with that, right? I've told Natalie that before. When I mix my little piles, sometimes it's darker, lighter, more blue, more another color. I don't care because it all blends in and it gives variety. I'm happy with variety. Let me see, I have a load on here, so I'm gonna have to very carefully, very carefully. Now I'm gonna just do that with my finger because yeah, that's better. Because I have a lot of paint on the brush right now. So it's gonna release a lot of paint, but then I can just go right and push it around. So we have a blush of blue and then pink behind it. And if there's a lot on your brush, you can use the finger and just move it around. So we diminish the effect. So we have to be so careful. Okay. All right, so I'm just doing something like this, which I might use as a support for some of the waves. That's just an idea I just had. Maybe then I can use a bit of a line on these sort of very light blue lines I'm making. They could be, you know, waves. But I will yeah, I'm just playing. We're giving texture. We have some possible waves, and I'm gonna just put some more light blue. Not necessarily the waves now, I'm just, yeah, that's sort of a wave a little bit there. But let me just put some dots also. Pulsating dots. Boing, 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 boing. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop doing the water. I think I want to go back and do a little bit of pink. Where? Around there. Just lightly. I tell you what, I think I'm going to retire this brush and pull out one of my old favorites to continue. Thank you. You've done a good job. Go rest now. You've done enough. But now I want to get well, this is one, but I really want, nope, that's not it. Yes, here it is, hiding among 20 other brushes. Okay, this Natalie can see is one of my favorite. I make bushes out of this one and all kinds of things because it's a splayed brush. This is also a splayed brush, but it's another type. This one is the one I want to use. And I'm just gonna, all right, I'm wetting it. And now I'm going to just take a little bit and work on this area. So this is a sort of a rounded brush, which will give a round circular kissing of hairs. Literally tiny little hairs in a sort of a offbeat circular pattern will just, I have a lot of control with this one because it's a lot smaller than the one I just retired. And so I really can, wow, I can just look at the control. I'm putting color on. I hope the camera can see it, but definitely, but it's delivering just a little bit of color. All right. I'm taking some more. I'm gonna put some right here. Yep. Wow. So this is like as anal as I ever get. But it's a certain dappled effect that I'm looking for. And so I sort of have to do this, but I'm almost done because this is getting to be a very detailed painting, and I would call myself an impressionist, but now I'm getting, well, I'm still making an impression here of the sea, but I have to be very detailed. Okay, I think we're okay now with that. So I'm going to give this a little bit of a rest here and wash this brush out. I'm going to take a little bit of gray, and I'm going to take some of it off on here, and then maybe I put green, but why not? See, this brush delivers nicely and just a little bit. If I dab it harder, I get more color. So we're mixing some gray. See, I poked it deeper. I want to give the impression of this coming down. All right, so there's a sort of a line here that this guy is lighter than that. Okay, just gonna rub my finger here. All right, so maybe I'll take gray and I'll take some green also, green and gray, and let's see what happens here. I'll poke it a little bit. Yeah, making some shrubbery. Just suggesting some little bit of activity. That's all. Yeah. And since this is a sort of a shrub, I'll leave it like that. And I'm going to now leave the gray on there, and I want to take a little bit of black, dark color, and I want to make some, okay, so I want to make some shrubbery there. All right, how about a little more right there? Yeah. All right. And a nice little bit over here. So we got some shrubs. Okay. If I think this is too bright, I can put a little bit of dark on top of it. That just makes it interesting. And, well, let's do Natalie's beach a little bit.
Yeah.
So, it's lighter, and it's a grayish look, but a light gray. Let's see, what do we got here? I may have to do a little mixing of a few different colors, but all right, let me run my finger now. Ah, we want it to stand out, right? And have it look like a beach, correct?
Yes.
So, well, what can I tell you? That looks pretty okay, Natalie.
Yeah, I think so. I think you should make it bigger.
More, you want more beach?
Yeah.
So let me make a little more beach here, just because you want it fatter. You want a fat beach.
Yeah.
All right, and it's a little thinner here because the water's shooting up there. Okay, that's it.
Yes, I love it.
All right, I'm not doing it anymore. No beach.
I love it.
Okay, let's put the rock. This one here, Natalie. You know that it's one of my favorite.
I do know about that guy.
This one.
The pointer.
This one's, I'm going to do the lines. This is starting to probably dry already. So, but I already like what's happening here.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, it's all good. But now I need black. Take some black, put it here, mix it with clear, and it's sort of at the top here. I should put my glasses on to do this, but I'm too lazy to get them.
You're doing great.
It gets an angle like that, an angle out, and then in. A little more belly right here. It comes out and gives a little bit of a belly. Yep. And I'm not gonna do it all black. Now, let's make a little thing here, a little thing there. Just because it's a beach, you know, things come up on the beach, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, twigs and stuff. Now I want to mix a fair amount of clear and dark, but I really want to have it not very dark. So I'm going to dilute it because I'm going to, here's one that's pretty easy, just a little bit of a, let's just see, it starts around here. Now this is clear. And it's diluted black, more or less. So you can see it, but you gotta look closely to see it. All right, so I definitely yep. Okay, that's one. More to come. And some will be a little bit darker. Well, we have one that is quite thick and dark, but it's rambling. It starts like here, and it's a little thick and then it runs thinner. Well, I'll do my own version of it, but see, this brush it's a very careful brush because I have a lot of control. So I want to lay it softly and gently. Yeah, it has a bit of a nub there, here, and so if I lean on the brush, I can get the side. All right, whoa, we're building very gently. So gently, Natalie.
I love it.
It's coming along. All right, now we have something that starts above the rock and it comes over here. And then we have one here. So let's do this one. It comes from about here. All right. Are we having some waves and currents?
It's happening. It's
Gently.
building.
It's so you see, I'd rather do it with a lot of clear gel, and because if I mess up, I can just wipe it right off, or I start slowly, and then I can always add more color. But this is not so strong, these guys here. And there is one that comes here like that. There's a little bit of stuff here. Wow. Well, we have some activity already. It's happening.
It's building.
We do have one, Natalie, that does go right behind that rock. What do you think?
Yes.
Now, this is a very delicate one.
Let's do it.
You want to do it for me, Natalie? You laugh. Well, it's pretty long. And, well, I'll just start here. I messed up the rock, but I'll color it in again. Although I like having the rock not totally covered. But we got a nice little line. So delicate. Let's add a little more to it. Yeah. Boom. Comes out over there. And another one comes out. Boom. Wow. Pretty scary there. All right, let's continue. What about, there's a few over there. I'm not going to put in these little people right there. They're banished from the picture. Sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Adios. But we'll put in a little. Boom, look at these. Isn't this an amazing brush for delicate work? I tell you, it really gives me so much control. See, I can even put splashes and then just do things. All right. So this one is this one, and it gets a little more stuff. More lines, because it's the big bopper. Yeah, we're getting it right over toward the end. It's the darkest it is. All right. And there's another one that's sort of behind some of the bushes. All right. Well, we're seeing some ripples and stuff. And right above this rock, there's one that I'm going to push the rock in, get some more color here. All right. So now I'm gonna just, if I may, I'm gonna take some pink on the tip of this beautiful thing and just give a little bit of bright pink. The last painting we did a mountain meadow, and the meadow was down here, and we did a lot of dabbing. This feels like it, but I'm even dabbing with a very tiny little look here. So I'm just giving it some color. That's all. A little spin. Give it a little more brightness to the reflections from the sky. So, what else do we need? We've got pretty good branches here. It looks pretty good. We have a beach, yeah?
Yes.
We have water with let's yeah. Okay. We got the waves going on. Very lightly back here. So, that's good. All right. Needs to be out a little more.
Yeah.
Okay. Something like that.
Yes. Exactly.
Seems to be some of the branches are coming up. So let's have them coming up. All right.
Love it.
And this looks good. That looks pretty good too. We're almost done. Natalie?
I love it.
Well, why don't I just give a little more color to the beach. Water on the right in here. Let's see. On either side of this rock, it's pretty pinky, pretty bright. Let's see if I can, without disturbing all the texture, let's see if I can add a little bit. Of pink. Make the bay here a little more pinkish. It's closer to us. Like that would be much further away. That's like maybe half a mile away from here. So this is close, and we can make it a little bit brighter, but not crazy. Well, why don't we say it's done? And if I want to do more, I can always come back and do a little bit more. I will say goodbye. Goodbye. That's it. Thank you so much. Natalie,
Thanks, guys.
take the hook and pull me out of this chair.
No more painting, Bill.
No more painting. All right, folks. Hope you had a good day today with your painting. We'll see you next time.
Good night and good luck.